Is it recording?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is the light red?
Yep.
And you slid that thing at the bottom all the way to the left? There's no sound coming out. Oh, there we go. Remix. Oh, reverb. Donda. Reverb. Donda. 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 What is this, Interstellar? What is this, Interstellar? Donda. Donda. Interstellar. Interstellar. Donda. 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 Interstellar. Interstellar. Buttload.
Let's do a... Dang it. You just messed up my order because that was really fun. Okay, I'll talk about this.
Someone photoshopped jeans on Lord's cover or album cover.
No, that's funny though. But also, I think I'm going to cancel. See, I have a base order.
I forgot about that.
I have a base.
It's
on
been there
order.
for a long time.
Yeah, I got a Schecter base. I like their bases. They're buttery smooth. That's what I like about them. No, I don't like a P base. A P base, everybody loves the best base, blah, 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 blah. I don't like it. I don't like how heavy it is. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like the way the action. I mean, I know you can change the action, but I don't like the way the fretboard feels. I don't like anything about it, but I do like Schecter bases. I like the way they sound. Yes, do people say they sound too like synthy, piano like, electronic? It's like, yes. But that's what I like in a bass.
That EDM sound.
I like that. Yeah, I like that smooth electronic sound, but then you play it with your fingers. It's so good. Anyways, I think I'm going to cancel that. And I really, really, really been in producer YouTube lately. Heavy producer YouTube. And
Phineas.
And even though I got no comments on my length of podcast song,
Right.
which I think that was in the episode we kept, which was the closest I came to quitting the podcast.
Yeah.
Even though I got no comments about that.
I was thinking we haven't got a comment or a text or anything for a couple of weeks.
Barberson, when I saw him at the movies.
Oh, yeah? He said, what?
Saw you at the movies. No, he said he didn't introduce his wife because remember I was like, oh, I felt good about myself because for once I was the first person to introduce.
He commented that or something? Messaged it?
He commented.
Oh, I must have missed it.
Is that what we're going to spend time on this podcast about?
Yeah, who commented?
Yeah, nobody comments, nobody shares.
How many regular listeners do we have?
I haven't looked in a while.
7?
Oh, way more than 7.
That's just the number I always have in my head. 7.
Tons.
7 and 19.
Buttloads more. No, buttloads more than that.
Buttloads.
But not enough. It's actually not buttload. Depending on, I can carry small loads in my butt. So my buttloads may not be as big as your buttloads. So I'm just saying it's buttloads more, but not big buttloads more. Small buttloads more.
Yeah. Approximately 126 gallons.
Yeah,
That's a
about
buttload.
Right. That's about right. And
It's a real measurement for wine.
I believe it.
126 gallons.
But anyway, I'm going to cancel my base order, and I'm going to try to figure out a way to drum up some kashishe, because I don't got extra to spare. We're part of the reason we're moving to the GH. Part of the reason we're moving to Prick Harbor is so we can save some coinage. So me just saying I need to siphon off some for a new computer and new program, it's like,
Yeah,
that wouldn't fly, but that's what I want to do. But anyway, I'm going to cancel my base order. I'm going to return its case, and I'm going to put that in my songwriting fund, and I'm going to put some real effort. Oh, I thought of another thing I got to talk about. I'm going to put some real effort into just having some songs, making music that I like, just having some fun. I like to say
make an EP.
I want to make a country song today. I want to do that. I want to make a EDM song. I want to do that. I want to make a worship song. I could do that. I want to make. I just want to make some weird sounds. And like we're doing here. Oh, that's what reminded me. So it's like, if I was a producer, then I'd record all that, and then I'd throw it into my thing, and then I'd chop it up, and then I'd put some filters, and then I get you going. Yeah.
Then next thing you know,
dude,
number one at the
I got a
Billboard.
number one single, and people go like, "How'd you do this?"
Like that Justin Bieber one.
I just like to do this because I like to create unique sounds with my music. I don't really like to go for the stock thing. I like to try to find something unique about
the
each
Justin
song.
Bieber Skrillex song, the dolphin noise. That's just him, isn't it? It's just him singing, but then it's like reversed and chopped and flipped and modulated.
I don't think it's reversed. It's not really chopped either.
Yeah, I was just using terms. It's very heavily augmented.
Yes. Now, we can agree on that.
Yeah.
And
there's one thing I know. It's heavy augmentation.
And so, anyways, I'm going to do that. I got to figure out a way to get some kashishe. Now,
we talked about her last week.
Did we?
Yeah, Kesha.
And
so you said?
Yep. And this is another thing. So we're moving. So, dude, everybody.
You already moved.
Everybody has been asking, what about video? A long time ago, you promised video, and people are like, stop it. Now that I moved to Gig Harbor, people are like stopping me on the streets. Like, you promised us video. One of the reasons.
You got the lights.
I know. I still got to pack. At the time of recording, I still have to pack those. They are packed at the time of listening. And that's part of the problem, is I didn't want to get us going down a path of the video because I knew we were going to end up moving.
Oh.
And then I would have to not do that because I knew we'd be in a smaller place. I mean, that place we were in specifically because it was a 2-family residence. And yeah, once I thought through all the details, I'm like, so if somebody has a television studio,
set it up here
for free.
I'm never here.
Or whatever.
You can put some lights up.
Yeah, we could do it. And anyways, even if we could set them up, sort of stick them in a corner, stick them in a whatever. Yeah. Then we could actually try to do the video thing. And so, anyways, that could happen. Especially if I got a new Mac, that would really help.
Oh yeah.
If I got a new Mac and I could just rip some audio out, kill some video, dip, dip, dip,
Mhm.
dip, dip, dip. Then I could be YouTube famous. Then I wouldn't have to be begging you losers to share it with your loser friends.
Did that? I just thought of this. Did that interface knob that I got you work with your computer or no?
It worked, but it's not as helpful
As you think.
as I think. If I was probably doing more stuff regularly, I could see it helping.
Yeah.
It's cool though. Makes me feel like cool.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this knob I got, dude.
Check
Every
out
time
this-
I look at my
nice knob.
every time I look at my knob, I feel cool.
Exactly.
And expect some. I don't know what's going to happen with me in the future, but actually, I'm looking forward to it because I actually think Landon.
Sounds like a lot of media output.
I think. Well, what I would like about it is, even though it's kind of doing the same thing, I do this right now on my own. Like I'll go like, I want to make this kind of song, and I'll try to write it. And it's more about writing it right now and doing lyrics, or I want to have my lyrics be in such and such way.
Haiku.
And exactly, I might haiku it or something, and it's just like a fun exercise to do.
Yeah.
And it keeps it fresh. So it's like you're making a song, but you're trying to do it in this style, or you're trying to do it in this way, you have the lyrics a certain way. So it's a little bit of a challenge. It's a fun thing. It's a different thing. But I actually think Landon would be good at it. Because he has like freaky recall on stuff. Like I just downloaded a song on Spotify. I told you I've been getting into the Creamy playlist.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded a song and it just has this intro at the beginning that's like 10 seconds or something. And he's like, "Oh, this sounds like the level where you get to Count Bleck's castle, which is
Some video game.
some Super Paper Mario,
Mm-hmm.
which we played like 3 or 4 years ago."
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh, this sounds like Count Bleck's castle." Like as soon as it popped on.
Weird.
And I was like, "Wait a second."
Did you look it up?
It does. No, I kind of remembered as well.
Do you think that has to do with his lifespan being shorter and his memories are closer together than ours?
No, I mean, he really has like a freaky memory. He has I don't want to say unusual. He has a unique memory ability. And so I think that might be sort of fun for him. I mean, a lot of the same I was going to say issues. Well, let's pretend he doesn't hear this for now, even though he might sometime in the future. Some of his issues are the same ones I have, I think. And stuff about ADD, stuff about like finding fresh things, just like I was talking about, finding things that excite you, finding a niche. And I think it might be cool for him. I think he'd like the technical side, just all the computer stuff about it. Mm-hmm. But then also, I think his recall would be a fun, helpful thing that I don't have, because I do like watching some of these producer videos where they're like, "Oh, well, we started this song, 18 months ago, and I could never figure out where to put this one thing that we did. Hey, let's put it in this song."
Yeah.
Like that would be something, that Landon would say, except he'd say like, "Remember 8 years ago when we," so I think that could actually be a real benefit to him. He likes music, both the kids, like if they sing something back, it's, on pitch. And
yeah, freaking Declan plays the drums on beat.
Yeah. So
for like when he was 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, so sometime Declan's going to bring up the rear. He's going to bring the actual like physical coordination to what Landon and I don't have. So I think I'm going to do that. But yeah, I got to save some money. So if anybody wants to donate a Mac, it would just help me make some music, but also help
donate a Mac.
It would help this podcast. I know, they're releasing some new Macs. The chips on them are crazy. The way they interact with the operating.
Oh yeah, we could like put your iPad up next to it as like a dual screen and just.
No, it's something.
They talk about interacting.
It's something where because they made the chip for their own computer, like Intel has to have a chip that works with everything because everybody buys Intel, but
yeah,
Apple decided, hey, we're going to go with our own chip this time, and somehow how it works together, it works like crazy fast. The power is just way less, everything. So yeah, so maybe you can jumpstart Landon and I's musical career.
Maybe you can do
and
like
probably Declan because
maybe
he's
you can
really
drive
good.
for Uber Eats in Gig Harbor.
Yeah, maybe. And then also we would have a computer to do some video for this
For this
podcast. And you know what you would get then? You would get a jingle, but it would be a lot freaking better.
Way better.
Era. It would just be your name. You could donate it from your business.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I'm doing some music stuff.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a good idea?
It does. Speaking of fire beats, guess what I did 2 days ago? I was getting up in the morning to go to the night yard, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to toast myself a cinnamon raisin bagel. And so...
Where's this going?
I turn on the oven to broil because I have a toaster, but something about the oven broiled toast where it's toasted on one side and just hot and soft on the other side.
You don't have bagel setting in your toaster?
Yeah, I got bagel sitting in the toaster. It's not the same.
That's one side.
Not the same. It's all dried out and...
This is when he realized that bagel meant one side.
I know what it means. When I did the bagel one side, it's still kind of toast outside.
I know, yeah, it does.
Anyway, I haven't used the actual toaster in a long time.
Wow.
Except for maybe Eggos. Because I just, something about even the piece of bread in the oven, the one side toasted, the other side soft. I just love it.
Love it.
Anyway, so I put it in, do that, throw on a layer of cream cheese.
Oh, you said bagel, sorry.
On toast. No, yeah, on the bagel. Although,
well, you're talking about soft-sided toast, and
I would put cream cheese. I would put cream cheese on literally anything.
Declan sometimes like cries in the morning about what he wants to eat because he's just like not awake, and I don't know, his emotions are all over the place, but he wants to eat like the first second he gets up. Really? The other day he wanted cream cheese on his toast, so we're like, okay,
sounds good to me.
And anyway, not a fan.
You tried it?
He tried it.
He didn't like it?
Mm-mm. Whole wheat. We get very weedy toast, though. Weedy bread.
Do you ever think the whole wheat toast...
He needs it to poop.
I was going to say, with the exterior casings of the wheat that are come in contact with the pesticides as being more harmful than the Wonder Bread.
No.
Me neither. So I turned on a broil, which essentially is 500 degrees.
I should have went pee during the break. You might have to carry this podcast for a second.
Essentially 500 degrees, and it's 4:45 a.m. I then go to work, do all my stuff, have the bagel in the car on the way, get some Starbucks. It's good, blah, blah, blah. On the way home, I end up talking to my friend I haven't seen. He invites me over for dinner. I go there. I get home about 8 o'clock, 8, 9 o'clock. I open the door. The temperature of the apartment was too high.
Oh, I bet it felt great.
It was insane in here. I was like, it was not that hot today. What the heck's going on? Both windows are open. Then I can kind of smell. It smells different.
Yeah.
I had left the oven on 500 degree broil for like 16 hours. I couldn't touch it. I couldn't touch the top.
Oh, yeah.
There was other stuff, like, I couldn't. It was just hot, like coming off. Everything was hot, and I was like, I was like so mad at myself. I thought I could have burned down the apartment, not just my house, the apartment building. Ricky downstairs would have had a rough time.
He would have been on the news.
Yeah, so, yeesh, I couldn't believe it. I never done something like that. I thought. It seriously was probably 85 degrees in here. It was so hot. I had to open the door, all the windows, turn the fan on just to like go to bed.
I bet it felt great.
No, it was too much.
It would have felt great to me.
Too much.
Oh man, I worry about that. Yeah, I do that all the time. Oh, Tammy and I talked about it on the podcast. Like,
oh yeah,
we were talking about dishes,
little things.
But yeah, I've been forgetting so much, and it has to do with like your attention. But
it's usually when I'm like in a rush, or I was getting ready for work, or like the other day I was like packing up a bunch of stuff and I forgot my work boots, and it's like always like when I'm like preparing to leave.
But your kitchen, because it's like off to like the side, like you might not have a reason to pass it or something like that. Right.
Yeah, I never went back in there once I got the bagel out.
But I'll leave the full on like stovetop on.
Oh yeah.
Because we get the glass, so it's not like up above where you can get the visual that it's. Yeah. Even though it has the lights, I mean,
right. And then I got the little lights,
and then you walk by. Yeah, then you're getting like the plastic smell, and then the heat that's barreling off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can either keep talking, or I'm going to insert that one P song.
There's a P song.
This is when
Michael
went P. One thing we didn't get to talk about the last couple of weeks, something I was very excited for, and that was the Lorde album. When did you talk about her jeans? This episode?
Yes.
Yes, so the Lorde out.
The full album dropped.
Full Solar Power album came out, and I would say it was everything I love about Lorde, except the musical style does not. It's just not my listening.
Yeah.
Go to.
Yeah.
All the songwriting, the creativity, the. Just attention to detail on a lot of her stuff was so great, but just the style, just the musical style was just not my vibe. Because remember when that song came out, I was like, that's not really a single unless they're trying to make it not sound like anything that's on the radio.
Yeah.
And her whole album was like that. Kind of like.
Right.
I like when people put together an album that goes together from front to back, and hers does. But to me, it's like musical theater, or like, what's the play that the rapping and the everything? Hamilton. It's like, I hate musicals.
Yes.
I like plays. I can get into plays, but musicals, nah, dog. Hate him.
I accidentally turned on a new movie on Netflix with Adam Driver and Marianne Cotillard, or however you say her name.
Mm-hmm.
Cotillard in English. And we start playing it, and then get like 5 minutes in, and all of a sudden, and I was like, "What the?" And I googled it real quick, and it's like the new musical from featuring Adam Driver. I'm like, no, and we turned it off.
Yeah, I can't get into that. So but I recognize like there's people who love it. There's diehards. They're like, oh my gosh, this is the best.
They're like, I love Wicked.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Les Mis. Oh my gosh. And so
I dreamed a dream. I shaved my head like Natalie Portman and Britney Spears.
So that's kind of what the Lord album was like for me, except I had a little more touch points than I would a musical. So because I'm kind of into it, I kind of like know some stuff about it. But it's kind of like, yeah, somebody else's art that you can recognize is great.
Right.
But you just don't like that much. That's what I felt.
I had a similar situation happen.
Except for Stoned at the Nail Salon. I love it. Love that song.
I haven't listened to it.
That's my favorite song on there.
I had a similar situation with Casey Musgraves.
Oh, didn't listen to it. Tell me.
So, her first album, Bomb.
So yeah, I did a good conversation thing right there.
Tell me.
Yeah. I learned you have to go, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and not talk. Don't talk. No, just kidding. The first album, Bomb, Golden Hour, just like good vibes. All the songs are good. Different. There's like, faster ones, slower ones, good lyrical writing. I don't know. And different. It's like kind of, people say she's a country artist, but I don't think she is. It's just good. And then, so that was recorded as she was like about to get married. And now this new album, Star Crossed,
I'm putting two and two together now,
is recorded right after she got divorced.
Oh man.
Just a few years apart. And so different vibe. It's a whole different vibe. And I was like, actually longer than that, probably like 5+ years ago, I just like stopped listening to music that was like, had some sort of sad theme, like breakup music.
You were burying your feelings.
Maybe. But I just besides I listen to like metal stuff, but it's not the same as like some like lyrically sad song. I just want good vibes, good energy, or like positive energy. And so I purposely don't really listen to stuff like that. And so then this album comes out and I'm like excited because, artistic wise, like you said, it's good and it should be good. And she's a good songwriter. And I listened to it the other day when I was driving, like commuting. And so I was able to like listen to it all the way through. And it was good writing. And she's a good like storyteller and stuff like this. But it is just so obviously like all, the divorce stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to listen to an hour and 20 minutes of divorce vibes. Whether you're divorced or not, that was my opinion.
Now, was it like, that's one thing I don't like about Taylor Swift. There's some songs she has that are too, well, I don't like Taylor Swift in general. I don't like her as a person. But one of the things I don't like about her music is sometimes it gets like too specific. Like her words are like, how she wants to like write about real life, and the song is sort of like, I want a bit more zhuzh to the song. I want a bit more like transcendence in the song.
So there's like a song called Good Wife.
Is it like that?
I don't really know what you're saying.
Well, you weren't
Honestly,
listening.
I was.
You and I were having a conversation, then you got on your phone.
I was putting up the songs.
We can't. Dude,
We're not going to listen to it. But
we're gonna get demonetized. We get like 10,000 a week from this podcast.
I know. It's not as like story line as Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
but like there's.
But the vibes are
just... There's a song called Good Wife where she's like praying to God to make her a good wife. And then there's a song called Simple Times where she wishes she could go back to high school and just like, like not worry about things and just like flirt with boys and whatever. And it's just all just whatever. And then there's a song called Justified where she talks about all like the feelings that she had and stuff are justified. And it just is like, and then there's a song called Hookup Scene where she's like, the hookup scene sucks. And it's just like, it's too low vibes.
Too much wallowing.
Yeah.
I actually had this thought today because I started listening to music again and I realized like,
wow, music.
I hate myself. No, but I was wondering if there's a correlation for me between feeling bad and listening to music because
off the pillies. Bella Porch.
I haven't been listening to a lot of music.
Yeah. Even in the car?
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
So that's it. I am supplementing a lot of my listening time with
So this week I was working all the day yard and, commuting back and forth every day as opposed to like going and then going out of town and then, driving a lot less. So I was listening to a bunch more and I was going through like new Music Friday and stuff that I hadn't really done. I was like, oh yeah, I used to do this all the time. I used to look forward to like Friday mornings commute because I was like the new release radar and stuff like that.
Yeah, how's your Bad Brothers playlist? Go to the link tree on the Instagram. Have you been adding?
My play, yeah, it's Will's 2021 playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am still adding. There's like 100 songs in there.
Okay, go check it out.
I just added one a couple days ago.
See if you can figure out when Will was depressed, when he was about to go on a date with Lauren, when he learned about gay tales. What kind of what song matches gay tales on there? You can pick for yourself.
No. But yeah. I've also been listening to Incendiary a lot, which is a hardcore band. And the singer kind of sounds like the singer from Rage Against the Machine. Mm-hmm. But a little like more hardcore. But like that vibe. And I've been listening to that. That's good.
Yeah, I just got to go with the old... I either got to go straight pop because it's so like easy in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
Or I got to go with my...
There are 5 hours and 55 minutes of songs.
House or lounge or Ibiza. Or whatever.
I love a good mashup or a remix. Maybe like redo a song that's already good.
Oh, yeah.
And you do another good version of it. Love.
Well,
I love remixes.
Tell me about it.
And mashups.
I listened to Beneath With Me by Cascade and Deadmau5 today.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
This one is...
It's the song that got me into sort of like slow jam, EDM, like house music. I realized that yesterday, so I listened to the song like 15 times a day.
This is a combination of Heartbeat by Childish Gambino, but like before he popped off at all. Like when he was still on Community, he had an album out,
Right. Yeah.
which is good. And then it's Heartbeat mixed with I'm Blue, the classic techno song. Yeah, it's good. So it's like the chords of I'm Blue, but with the rapping of Heartbeat.
Love it. Love it. Actually, might not. Who knows? Probably
I'll
don't.
play it for you. You can find out.
And we're about to pause the show. Okay, here's where we need to end the episode. Will has to get up in the morning. And we're back. Ow. My hands
What
hurt.
was that?
And we're back.
Oh, still?
Yeah. Anyways, we got to talk about something, and it is this CrossFit. And the weird, the little names and stuff they have for their WODs.
WOD.
Now,
WOD of the day.
I've never done CrossFit, but I know enough about it to make fun of it.
Oh yeah, I have opinions.
And so the big one is the Murph.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like some SEAL guy or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And then, so it's a really hard WOD. And it's like a big deal, like blah, 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 blah. Now, somebody I know, and I don't want to name names, but somebody I know.
Probably someone I know.
Freaking, I don't want to say it was like on 9/11. I think it was actually a couple days before when they were like
The Afghanistan 12.
they were getting out of Afghanistan and they did the Kabul 12.
The Kabul
WOD.
12, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's such a weird. That's why when CrossFit was like getting popular, people were like, whoa, this is like so weird and like culty. Like, aren't you just like working out? But then it's like, no, people are like, the Murph. And they're coming up with weird Kabul, like, don't do Kabul 12 and then do like 50 push-ups, 50, or it's like you're not doing anything for, peasants dying at, in
It was for the
air
12.
point.
It was for the 12 American soldiers that died in the attack on the airport.
I know, but it's like
Well, I mean, yeah, the CrossFit, yes,
you're doing something to be healthy or have fun or exercise or whatever, and it's like,
is it really paying any sort of respect or anything to the Kabul 12? Which is
we're going to do 50 pull-ups today instead of 40, which is yesterday's WOD.
Which is an awesome name, the Kabul 12. That sounds like a secret organization, but rest in peace, the Kabul 12. But you know what also gets me with that? I mean, besides CrossFit, with all of their injuries and torn biceps, doing their kipping pull-ups.
Kipling.
I thought it was kipping.
Is it? I don't know.
Kipling, that's how you start a fire. And so it's just, yeah, I mean, the thing is also that people have good outcomes with CrossFit because it is high output. So they burn a lot of calories, so they lose a lot of fat, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
It's definitely the community of it.
Yeah. And the huge community, the super, like you said, culty in a good way. But
they build their community around these weird things.
Well, no, not every day is a homage to someone that died in the military. But
I know, but that
they definitely make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
And I think they have a lot of veterans in their cult. But another thing I saw with the Kabul 12 is all these people posting 12 beers at
Kipping.
I was right?
Oh, yeah.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Kipping?
Uh-huh.
No L? Okay.
Yeah.
Posting 12 beers at a table with a reserve sign. And like I saw it once and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then as I started seeing everyone doing it, and I'm like, at what point, like we said, was it last week or this week? It's like, everyone else is posting it about, like the celebrities that died.
Yeah.
It's like, do we actually care, or are we just posting it because everyone else is posting
Right.
it? What do you want? People to like your photo? Like, what's the point?
That's 100% what it's for. It's not for anything else. It's 100% for that.
Is pouring 12 beers and taking a picture of it and posting it on Instagram honoring them, and as soon as you take the picture, you dump all the beers out?
I think about this all the time because
So do I.
I think there are legitimate ways of helping people. Every time that somebody posts, like, even when Black Lives Matter and stuff was going crazy and all that, it's like, and people posting their black squares and whatnot, it's like, go work for an organization, go donate a paycheck,
Don't be a racist today or something.
go find out, how to volunteer 10 hours a week at, such and such, big brothers and big sisters. It's like, you're not going to do that. It's like, there are so many ways to help. Vet a foundation that has low overhead costs, and all the money goes to actually, doing, betterment for the cause that you're wondering about.
Yeah.
But it's just like, people don't want to actually help, because if they did, there's a million ways to actually help, but they'd rather be Kabul 12.
Mm-hmm.
It makes them feel good.
I did my 12 rounds for the Kabul 12. Oh, I know.
I don't
And
know.
it's like, but it's
that's not the same problem with CrossFit. CrossFit people are just,
people also
that's
like
just
get
stupid.
on. They get on one thing, or they get on whatever everyone else is getting on, and it's kind of funny because sometimes they can contradict each other. Not to get too crazy political, and I'm just gonna say it once. I'm not gonna try to explain all of it, but it was like the same person that posts "My body, my choice" for the vaccine also posts "My body, my choice" for abortion or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like one is like pro the government side, one is like or whatever, like, I said it wrong. The same person that's like,
I gotcha.
everyone get the vaccine,
Yeah.
is the same person that's saying "My body, my choice"
Yeah.
for the abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not going to get into that, but anyway, those are.
But here's something we can agree on: stop hacking boys' foreskins off.
Do you feel like you've or
That's
mutilated?
that's a whole nother issue, because I actually have thoughts about that.
Okay,
and
then we don't have to get into it, because I never thought about it. And then I see like some of those things, and there's some really funny memes about them that like make me die laughing about the foreskins.
I had to get two.
What?
I had to get two.
It grew back?
Well, there's a funny line in. So mom has the baby book,
Yeah.
and then she's got little notes at the end for like things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently I had to go back and like fix something up with the circumcision. So they did something again. But also it had been some time since I had been to the doctor. So she commented on, how I was doing. So it says, had to go back and get circumcised again. He's getting so big. And that sentence is in my baby book, and it cracks me up.
Oh man, had to go back for more, huh?
False advertising.
I saw there was some video, and I said, "Did you know guys have to go to the doctor every month to get their foreskin trimmed like a haircut?" Oh boy,
Oh, that would be.
we're talking about foreskins. Good times.
I usually stop at 3. And that's why we're stopping this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Will. Oh, wait. I brought that up again. Dang it.
You bring up the penises. You always bring up the penises.
Oh man!
Like and subscribe. Leave a
We
comment.
did a little teaser for next up, so we might have to talk about penises some more.
7 hours.
Just kidding. We won't.
Like and subscribe.
we
Comment.
will.
Share with a
we
friend.
won't.
Maybe we'll get video. Michael lives in Gig Harbor now.
Looking for that donation.
All right. Show me your penis.